Emotional intelligence. That is a skill. It's another skill that employers want us to have. Emotional intelligence is really our ability to understand and control our emotions, the ability to understand and deal with the emotions of others, and how we communicate with others, as well as our ability to adapt to new or different situations. So, how do you handle those situations? Emotional intelligence consists of being self aware, having self management, motivation, empathy, and social communication skills. So, how do we deal with others when something's happening and we may not agree with them or we may not understand where they're coming from? How do we deal with that? Or maybe someone has said something to us and we may not like it. How do we deal with those emotions? So, a lot of times they say our IQ, of course, is some component that consists of our emotional intelligence. So it used to be IQ was the thing where everyone would take IQ tests and see how smart they were and determine how big their brain is based on their IQ, hence the picture up top. And EQ is an emotional quotient. So the emotional quotient is really your emotional intelligence. And we're going to do a little chart about that and answer some questions about emotional intelligence. So why is career planning important? Well, it's important to know where you want to go. What are your goals in life? What are your goals in your career? What are some of your strengths and weaknesses? Because that can vary and depend upon and really play a toll onto you in regards to what career path you want to take. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses helps you determine really what you're good at. And others may have commented to you that you may be great at this, right? And there may be times where you feel that you could be weak in areas. So, playing on that, really understanding who you are as an individual, and what you're passionate about is important when you are planning your future. A goal, knowing the importance of achieving the goal. So, a goal is something you hope to achieve in the future. It could be short term, it could be less than a year, which is short term. Long term would be more than a year. Okay, so say I have a goal to purchase a home, or say I have a goal to finish school, or finish this program, or I have a goal to save more money. There's always different goals that we have. And we really want to establish a plan of action for this goal. I mean, if the goal is important to you, then you want to take some actions to complete it. So that would be creating an action plan and then setting some deadlines. Deadlines are milestones to complete the goal. All right. And you want to be persistent and track your progress daily and weekly. You want to know what you've done, what you didn't do. You want to have a checklist. You want to get those things out and open so that you can achieve that goal. And we're going to talk about time management as well. So I would like you to write down one career personal goal, be career or personal, and some steps that you would think, like 1, 2, 3 steps that you think you would need to do to achieve that goal. So I want you to go ahead and take some time to do that right now, and then we'll discuss it. We're not going to talk about your goal. This is only going to be for you. So you're going to go ahead and write that down on your note card. And then you're going to write down some steps to achieve it. And when you're done with that, I would like you to look up to the presentation. And then we're going to talk about how we can make those goals more defined for you. And those are SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Has anyone heard of this analogy, SMART goals? Okay, good. So some of you have heard of it, some of you have not. That's fine. I think it's good to introduce these topics to you, these acronyms to you, because these are going to help you excel in your future. And we're going to watch a little short video and talk about SMART goals. But really, it's all about whatever goal you had set. Okay. If it's not SMART, SMART, then there's a highly likely possibility that you might not achieve the goal. And these are some reasons why. So being specific about what you want. Okay? Pinpointing what it is that you want. So I'm pinpointing what I want. And I'm saying, I want to open a new business. I want to finish school. And this is what I need to do it. Okay? Or I want to save to buy a new house. And this is what I need to do it. Okay? So you always have to have specifically what it needs to be accomplished. All right. And then why do you want to accomplish that? So you need to really explain to yourself and explain to your financial advisor why it is you need to meet this goal. All right. So it needs to be very specific and you need to know. All right. And then how do you know you will succeed? So it needs to be measurable. So how can you measure it? Okay. What can I do to measure the goal? Right. And then that would meaning put time stones. All right. Is there something that you can go back and have a record of and say, okay, on day 5, I did this. On day 10, I did this. So it needs to be measured. And you need to know how long it's going to take you to reach this goal. All right. And then, do you have all the resources? Is it attainable? So do you have the resources to reach the goal? And if not, are those resources available to you? Is it likely something you're actually going to do? Is it something that's going to bring you success? So really, is this kind of important as well as, do you have the resources to achieve the goals? Is something in your reach? Because if I say to you, I'm going to skydive and I'm afraid of heights, then it's really not attainable. Okay. That's what we're saying. And then relevant. Is this a worthwhile goal? Is this goal relevant? Am I going to reach this goal? Okay. That's what relevant is. Is it worthwhile? Is it meaningful to management? Is it meaningful to the team? Is it something we can commit to achieving? I mean, is it something I can really do within the time frame? Right? I mean, you have to be realistic with these. And then what is the deadline for reaching the goal? When will I know? When will I begin taking action? When will I be done reaching the goal? We need to know. Okay, so those are important. Very important. So we're going to watch some of the benefits of having SMART goals. All right. And this is like a 2-minute video. Now we're going to talk about some ways to help achieve the goal. So the goal that you have written down and that you want to achieve, that you've written down on your personal board right there on your piece of paper or on your note card, we're going to go ahead and make a vision board about it. All right. So a vision board, and you can do a vision board about anything. It could be a goal. It could be something that you love, something that you may don't like as much, and you're trying to like it better, something that you're committed to do. It could be a long stretch goal, like we talked about, or a short-term goal. It could be anything. You do a vision board. It's something you hope to achieve. It could be something that makes you happy. So you're going to write down your vision. You're going to make it plain that we wrote down our goals before and we wrote down some steps we need to take. So that's really kind of an action plan. Then we're going to align them with the SMART goals, strategies. All right. So on your own time, I would like you to go back to make sure that those goals are SMART, SMART, and follow the criteria that we talked about. And we can go over that. I can send you that information so you can just define those goals, make them even better. Okay. And then when you do that, you want to define, like, okay, what about that goal will be something that will make me strive to achieve it? All right, gotcha. Post your affirmations, inspirational words, quotations, and thoughts on your vision board. So, a lot of times you can choose pictures that inspire you to reach your goal. That's what a lot of people do. Your vision board, it could be about one topic, it can be about your goals, it could talk about some dreams, it could just be something that inspires you, what you want out of life and what makes you happy. It's really the point of doing the vision board, to gain some, enjoyment out of it. Search the web for pictures and words and paste them on a Microsoft document or a Microsoft PowerPoint slide or Google slide, or you can be old school and cut them out. Back in the day, I used to teach courses on vision boards, and I would bring a bunch of magazines and poster boards, and so you can do all that, okay? And post those on your wall at home or at school. So vision board. All right. And I'm going to show you a vision board that I have. But these are just the steps. So you can do it from your phone. You can do it from a laptop. You can go into a blank Google document, type your goals at the top of the document as the title, or, look them up online. Insert images and pictures in the document, word art, and post it on your wall at home or at work. So here's my vision board. I like summertime, and I feel like there's not enough of it. And a lot of times in the winter, I get frustrated because it's winter and a little moody because I'm not interested in the winter. So I said to myself, I'm not going to put pictures of, I'm going to do one for the winter and find things that I like about winter. And so I'm going to do it with each month, each season, and put affirmations and pictures about it that I love. So that way, when I'm in the winter seasons and I just need like a quick refresher, instead of looking through my phone and going online, I can just look at my vision board, and it says it's summertime, and summertime makes me happy. It rejuvenates me, makes me think about all the good experiences with our family and friends, and it just puts me in a better mood. So that's why my vision board is summertime. So that way, when I'm not having a great day, or when, not the whole day may not be great, but there's moments in the day, or if it's raining or if it's snowing and I'm cold, I can just look at some of these pictures of the hot, warm sun and the beaches and just enjoy. And you can do pictures of your own life, your family, your friends, your pets. Like, there's just so much fun vision boards you can do. Okay. So that's going to be one of your homework assignments, is to do that. All right. So practice the skills we learned at home and at work, and then create or finish a vision board. Research a career or a job. I want you to look at the job qualifications, create and revise your resume if you have a resume, and then bring it an electronic version with you to class next time we meet. The important reason is because when we're talking about workforce development, you have to have a job. in regards to job skills. You have to have job skills, right? You need to know these professional skills that we talked about. And in order for you to move forward in your career, it's important to have these skills. So I would like you to go over them and practice them. Once you receive the presentation, go back and look at the videos again and get an idea of what we're really talking about here. We're talking about your future, your goals, your career. And one day you're going to look back and say, oh, I guess it is time, And when you look back and say, like, I reached the goal that I needed to achieve because I went ahead and just planned for it and moved forward, and I let go of all those fears and procrastination, some of the hindrances that we go through at work, or we go through in life, can keep us from reaching our goals. Okay? So don't let that happen. But really research a career that you want, that you like. Maybe it may not be the career you're in right now. Maybe something you're really passionate for, like we talked about earlier. And decide, okay, what is it that I want to do with my life? And look up the jobs that are associated with that career. And then look at some resumes online. And I'm going to talk about resumes next semester, next class. And we're going to I want you to bring in an electronic resume, or you can, just save it on your Google Drive, save it wherever, so that way you can access it for next class. Okay. So that is your homework. And then, of course, you know where to reach me. Aisha.Price at lcps.org. Always go to our website. I'll give you the number to our office. You can call if you need help. And there's also my personal website. I can give that to you if you need assistance. All right? But I will see you guys next class. Thank you. If you have any questions, please send me an email.